Hello everybody and YouTube. Today is a great day. I am back home from the hospital. Got this little guy with me. So I thought I would make a video. Nobody knows his name yet, so we're going to do a labor and delivery story with a name review. So today is June the 12th. It was Sunday the 10th. Yes, Sunday the 10th. It was a pretty normal day, or so I thought it was. I was just doing some cleaning, getting things ready for going in for an induction. Actually, it was supposed to have been today. I was supposed to be induced to have this little guy, and he had other ideas on that. I was doing a bunch of cleaning, getting things ready, and then I took my girls out to swim, and then we came in, we cooked dinner, and took showers, and was watching a movie, and while I was sitting on, or well, actually I was laying down on the couch because I was in pain. It's okay. Anyways, I was in pain, so I was laying down on the couch, relaxing, trying to just enjoy the last little bit before I was going to be in major pain. Because the next day I was going in for an appointment to see my doctor to do a membrane sweep and try and get things going and be ready for induction day. And it was about 8 o'clock at night. It's okay. It's okay. It was about 8 o'clock at night, and we were watching a movie and just kind of relaxing, winding down the day to get ready for going to the doctor, and then the next day having a baby. So I'd been laying for about 45 minutes to an hour, and all of a sudden I felt a weird pop, and I read that when your water breaks, you'll hear a pop, and if you're laying down and you stand up and you feel a gush or a trickle or a gush of water, then it's most likely your water's broke. So I stood up and it went running everywhere. So I knew it was my water. I looked at my husband and I said, I think it's time to go to the hospital. My water just broke, I think. So he kind of got in a panic because with my other two girls, my water never broke. And I went and cleaned myself up, and he's like, are you sure it's your water? I said, oh yeah, because it was a clear fluid that I've never seen before. So I changed my clothes, we let the dog out, got the girls dressed and ready to go to the hospital because they were actually in their bedclothes and getting ready to go to bed because 8:30 is their bedtime. We left the house about 10 minutes till 9, and it takes about 45 minutes to get to the hospital from my house. We had to stop for gas because, lucky me, I didn't put gas in the car that day because I hadn't went anywhere. But I was planning on putting gas in the car on Monday, which was yesterday. I was planning on putting gas in the car for going to the doctor before I went. So we stopped and put gas in, and right around about the time we hit the gas station, which is like 10 minutes away from our house, I started to feel the contractions. And they were coming first every 6 minutes for like 2 contractions, and then it went to every 5 minutes. So they pretty much started out really hardcore. They were lasting for a minute in duration in that 45-minute trip. They decided to change to 3 minutes apart right before we got to the hospital. We actually were pulling into the parking lot, and I had my second 3-minute contraction, or 3-minute apart contraction. And they were lasting for a little over a minute. So we pulled into the parking lot, and it was like 3 minutes and 23 seconds from the last one. So I thought, goodness, I hope they're not coming that quick already. Yeah, they definitely were, because I had a third one before I could even get to the door of the hospital. Okay, so, sorry. My girls are being chaotic. I couldn't hardly walk, even trying to get into the hospital. It was so unbearable. I had 2 more contractions before they even come down from labor and delivery to get me. By the time I got hooked up to the monitors, they were every 2 minutes, and I was in triage. They checked me. I was dilated to a 5. I still had quite a bit of cervix, they said. So I was probably only like, I'm going to say 60 or 70% effaced. And baby was still really high up when I got there. So they got me hooked up to the monitors. I was having contractions every 2.5, 3 minutes. Dilated to a 5. Dilated to a 5, and things just went really, really quickly. Shh. Go put your basket in your bedroom. They got me into a wheelchair and got me out of triage. They didn't even check to see if it was my water. They could tell by the way I was that it was my water. So they got me, right, actually, I was soaking wet from leaking by the time we got to the hospital. That they knew that my water was broke. It wasn't just a pee thing, because I was soaked. My pants were. But then, anyways, they got me to my room, and I was in the middle of a contraction, and the nurse kind of like freaked out. She thought I was fixing to have the baby in the wheelchair. She's like, come on, let's get you up. We got to get you in this bed. I don't want you to have a baby in the chair. It's like, I can't. So her and the other nurse kind of lifted me up and got me into the bed so that they could check me and see where I was then. Well, within the time I went from triage to my room, which took a total of maybe 2 minutes, I'm going to say probably more than that. It was probably like a 5 or 10 minute trip. But within that 5-10 minutes, I had done dilated from a 5 to a 6. They hooked me up to the monitors. They got baby's heartbeat. They kept losing his heartbeat. His heartbeat was not staying, I guess because he was moving down so fast. It did not take very long. And I kept telling him, like, I feel a lot of pressure. I feel like I gotta poop. I feel like I gotta poop, is what I kept saying. And they checked me again, like 20 minutes later, and I was dilated to a 7-8. They checked me again another 10 minutes. I was a 9-10 or an 8-9. And they just kept checking me like anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. And I was dilating. I got to the hospital at 10 o'clock that night. By midnight, I was ready for pushing a baby out. I told the nurse, I feel like I've got to push. And I've got to push. I can't wait no more. My body's pushing all on its own. I had no epidural. I did it all natural, just like I planned on. Just like I did with my 2 girls. There was no epidural. I got a little bit of something to help ease the pain a little bit, which didn't even have time to kick in. She no more put it in my IV, and here come the contractions that my body started pushing him out on its own. So she checked me, and I had just a little bit of a rim. She said, an anterior rim. She said, but we can go ahead and start pushing. She said, next contraction, go ahead and try bearing down a little bit. Yeah, that was the wrong idea, because it took just seconds, and I was crowning. So she had to call again. She said, I need Dr. Scott to get here now. She is crowning, involuntary pushing. I need help in here. So they got 3 nurses in there. My nurse got her gloves on and got prepared to possibly deliver my baby. She had to keep telling me, stop pushing. My body's doing it. I can't help it. My body's doing it. The doctor no more walked in, and my son's head was like out. So the doctor finished delivering him, and I had my baby within 4 hours from the time my water broke till the time I pushed him out. He was born at 12:28 on June the 11th, 12:28 a.m. And I had went into labor at 8 o'clock. So, very little. So, he was born at 12:28 on June the 11th, weighing in at 7 pounds. Sorry, my kids are being noisy. Anyways, he was weighing 7 pounds, 15 ounces, and 21 inches long. He was a very long baby. My first daughter was 19, my second was 20, and he was born 21 inches. He was ready. I was told when I got my last ultrasound at, I think it was 36 weeks. 36 weeks, yeah. At 36 weeks, he was 6 pounds, 1 ounce, and was only going to be 7 pounds, 9 ounces when he was born. And he came out 7 pounds, 15 ounces. Even though he come out that big, he still fits into preemie clothes, because I had some preemie clothes bought for him, because my kids are small, usually. And newborn stuff swallows him 0 to 3 is, like, massively big. But, here's little man. He entered the world very fast, and he's going to cover his little face. And for the name reveal, we gave him the first name of Aiden. Hey, there he is. We named him Aiden Michael. Aiden is just a name that I've really been attached to for a very long time. And Michael, which is a name, he got named after my grandfather, my step-grandfather, but he was more my grandfather, but he was more of a father figure than anything to me in my whole life because I really never had a dad, so. But he passed away 4 months before my daughter was born, my oldest daughter. And he got to give her her middle name, which was Nicole. But she was going to be a Michael if she would have been a boy. Well, it took me 2 more babies before I got to name my child Michael, but we got our Michael for him. Things since delivery have been awesome. I'm going to do a 1 day after labor and delivery story, or 1 day after labor and delivery. I'm going to do a separate video because this video is already 16 minutes long. So, but that is the story. He is a very happy camper. He's very quiet, and I don't have much complaints out of him at all. Thank you for watching my vlog. Thank you for going on the journey with me. If you've been watching my vlog for a long, there will be a lot more videos to come. I will be doing postpartum. I will be doing weekly updates on him for the first little bit, and then monthly videos after that. Breastfeeding videos. There's going to be a lot. And then I've also got my precancerous stuff that I've got to deal with, which I'm going to do some videos on too. So if you'd like to stay on this journey with me, subscribe. Sorry about the screaming in the background. It's just the things you got to deal with being a mom. So, and I'm not going to edit it out. This is real. This is me. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I know I sure am. Bye.